Hello YouTube, this is Davmore1079 bringing you something I haven't brought to you since that little Woody review, another toy review, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Masterpiece version 2.0 Starscream. Let's take a look at the box and see how it is. As you can see, the nice pose of Starscream in robot and jet mode. Let's see all the nice writing right there, Decepticon, what number he is, version and all that, if you can read that. You're a lot better than me. Promo shot on the side was one of his many accessories. Got the top here and all that nice shininess. Let's see him in his jet mode with accessories. And nothing much on the bottom of the box. Pretty much all the warning stuff and all that stuff. And on the back you can see all this artwork, how tall he is, all the many faces that he has, which I will show you in greater detail, different poses and scenes for different things, and everything else. And one thing I did not know about these boxes, they also come in a sleeve here. They come in a nice little sleeve to protect the box. I don't know if this is how it is sold in Japan, but this is how I got it through Amazon, which is nice. And now we shall take a look at the figure itself. So here he is, Masterpiece Starscream in his jet mode. And he is quite a very good figure indeed. His jet mode is a very good one, and he's quite tall in that regard. Has nice little old-fashioned G1 Decepticon logos, which you see right there. All nice little things. He's got his little movable thrusters, everything. Guess he has a nice little cockpit to where you can put, well, he could have had a little figure there or a little hologram there or something. Nose cone, I guess a little satellite dish radar. Come on, close. And on the bottom of the jet, you can practically see how he's going to turn out. Not much to really say besides that he's a good little figure, but as accessories for it, he does come with a clip that does work very good for display that you would plug right underneath to this here to plug in him into his included stand. Let me push him out. His included stand here, which you can pose him in everything, get him in all the great little figurations. I always put him, I'll show you. You just get this in here. I'll just leave the landing gear down for now. I always keep him displayed like this, like he's flying through the air and everything. It's a good little angle at it. You can put him everything, but if you try it, you can keep this on for robot mode if you so wish. Oops, came undone. But for jet mode, wouldn't recommend since now his landing gear can't do it. Now let me take this off. And in this, for me, the best way to take it off is push one of them out first, and then you can get it all out perfectly enough. But as accessories goes, these are the only ones that really can count in jet mode. So let me plug those in. I recommend holding the thruster so it doesn't go in. Give him a little twist in everything. And now you can see him going supersonic fast on his little stand. You can maneuver the thrusters in every way. You can lift these little panels up and see in there. But I tend not to put him on with them because I just keep them in the box. Oh, and just in case, I just don't recommend twisting them in there so you don't do nothing. And storage-wise for his accessories, besides those one, he does come with a little Megatron. You will see more of this in robot mode, but he does have storage for him under here. You can put those little, it's the center one. You can do that, but then you couldn't put the tab in or nothing, but so that's just wasted storage. But in terms of size comparisons, here he is next to one of the bigger jets that I have, that of Jetfire. As in terms of length, sorry, let me lift up the camera. Can't see him in camera view still, sorry about that. As you can see, Jetfire is still the longest when it comes to jet mode, since technically this is an SR-71 Blackbird, so it is of course going to be bigger than an F-15 Eagle, which that is what Starscream is. Here he is next to a Skyquake. You can see a lot smaller. Of course, can actually fit on top of Starscream. And for the Deluxe, a little drone, which is Transformers Prime Soundwave. As you can see, can fit on him perfectly. And that's pretty much all it for now. So let's get into transformation. There are technically 3 modes. This mode, robot mode, and what I heard from one toy reviewer, plane mode, where it's pretty much his legs folded out and everything. I'm gonna skip that since I just want to get down to the little, actually I can show you real quick. For that first little thing, I want to flip up his landing gear. Nice little areas for them to hide in. Pretty much for the little plane mode, I found now easy enough to untab, hold the jet together, untab the wing assembly here from the rest of the body. Make sure these are out of the way and flush up. You can see little tabs right there that'll go into those little slots right there. Just in case you can't see, I'll get one of his effects box right there. And if you want, if you don't have to, you can get both of his legs to fold out like so and get them nice together. Split them apart, fold out the feet, stay a tab in nice and tight, unfold this, flip out that, fold that back down and tab it into place right there. Same goes for this one. Fold it out. Push the thrusters up. Pretty much. I know there's another step, but pretty much there you go with the little Gurjet. These are supposed to be folded up in there, but for time, I will pretty much give you the picture of these are supposed to be folded into the wing and everything. But let's continue onwards. The legs are not finished. You gotta push these up, these little knee pads all the way up. For this now, I'll sit them down like so. Untab thing. Put this in this configuration, the fin, so you can twist it around and slide it back. I always forget which way. I believe it's this way. Fold it around to where it enters the leg nice and secure, and there you go. Fold it up. Now you got one nice clean leg. Same goes for this one. Again, like this. Fold said piece like so. forget, other way. Hold it down. And there you go. 2 nice legs. Nope, one of the cannons came undone, which you could untab for now anyways. Now it comes down to this part. Untapping the wings like so, to where you can fold them up. Let me raise the camera angle up. You have to untab this little area from there, which you can either do it that way, like so. Then you can untab that little bit, so you can show everything else. We're getting closer here. Actually, to get everything at least some room, fold this around for now, so the nose cone, everything goes, and you can see his head right there. Actually, if I can, the best way I say for this little part is to keep this flush down so you can inch out his arms more better and fold them out. So this is out of the way for later. Fold that out and fold this down so you have plenty of room for this to make it so you can flip it around like so. I found that is the best way for me, so I do not have to worry about it later. So you can fold them out, fold them up, and there you go. And just fold this like that for now. Just leave it flush like that. And I know, yes, it's a mess, but we'll work on the arms just to get them out of the way. As you can see, oops. You can fold these back in now. Fold the arms like so. Rotate that around. In this, you can leave the guns on or off due to the transformation however you like it. Actually, let me get this folded out. Let me just move the gun, remove the gun. It's possible, but it's in the way during recording. You can get the arm like that and fold it in like that if it will. There we go. Make sure it's flush together. Tap it in just like so, and you can put the gun back in. Just like it wants to play nice. Flip it around. You can flip it like so, and I'll just unfold it later after the transformation is complete. Let me do this off camera with the other one since you've already seen it real quick. Well, this one wants to now play nice since it's not on camera, but pretty much like so. Fold out. Now you got 2 Starscream's arms that can be filled back into place for later. Now let's turn our attention to the back. For the wings, very interesting way of doing so. You fold it down. Oops, sorry for the jerk. Fold these little things up, make sure they're out of the way. And you want to fold this entire assembly up and around like that. So you can flip this little thing inwards. The same goes for this one. Flip it in, then flip it out. Rotate that little piece in, so you have a little bit more collapsed wing. Since this one's showing a little bit better, I should, since he's on wood, put that pad out, and just in case that were to turn on, turn that. Pretty much you want to take this whole little wing assembly apart here, fold in the flaps, make sure that they're all done, fold this one down, and flip the wing bit around so you can see where this little tab here will tab into there, and flush it like so. So now you have a nice little condensed wing. Sorry, I kicked the thing. Same thing goes for this one. Since I don't have a nail right now, oh, there's a good spot to do it. Fold them down, fold it and flip around. There we go. Now you got 2 of the folded wings ready to get out of the way. This part is the most difficult. It's pretty much for Starscream's head. For these things right here, you want to make sure that his head is not in the way. So you kind of almost want to just try your best to get it around his head. And these parts you want to flip out, which of course, gotta keep sure pinching his head and move it out of the way just a tad bit. Flip those out. And you really have to keep this flush, or this little side panel here will not come out. So fill in the gap right there. Same goes for right here. If you can see it. There we go. And now you filled in his back pretty much how you want it all to stick nice and be. Now the next part here is to pretty much take this, rotate it that way, flip the nose cone down so it sits flush with this. Almost forgot, I always forget this. You have to flip the coccyx down in order for this to work. You pretty much want to disassemble this entire little thing right here and get these little bits right here folded up so this can compress into this as soon as it wants to act right. Give me a second here. No, my bad. You want to make sure that little seat right there is folded down so this whole area can slide down and you can fold it right back in there. And you just get this out of the way for now by just making sure it lines up and sitting it flush against there. It tabs in no way, just pretty much your best to slide it in that way. So now we get to Starscream's head. In order for that, you have to pinch his head together so you can flip this whole assembly around, making sure there's plenty of clearance, and also positioning him just right so it collapses and fills this chest in. Let me get his head out. There we go. You just want to make sure that's all flush right there. Put his head back down. And we're almost done. Pretty much this little flap here, you want to stick into this little hole right here so it all stays together and flush. And now pretty much to collapse the wings, there's a little peg right, a little slit right there, which will slit into there. Another slit right there to go into there. So it sits all nice and flush. Same goes for this. I just do it quickly. Here we go. Oops, this one little bit right here does not want to play nice. Give me a second. Again, I apologize. There we go. Here we go. And just fold this down. And you'll know if everything's lined up together, if they all sit like that there, and the little panels here go on to these little things right here, which let me get that up there. Boop, like so. They tab down nice and flush. And pretty much he's almost completed for his hands. You just want to flip them out like so. And for now, his null rays, pretty much flip that out, extend it to get one null ray. And for that, for the other one, nice and done. Let me get him standing just right. And there you go. Oops. You have now Starscream in his robot mode. It may have looked a little bit difficult on camera. For the first time when I ever transformed him, it kind of was. But after doing this a few dozen times, and a few times now, it is a quite easy little thing to do. Now let's take a little bit closer look at him. You can see his nice head sculpt here with side little panel things. his nice little clear canopy. Everything so cartoon accurate. His null rays. And much like the TV show, Decepticon logos are upside down like they should be. And pretty much for his pose ability, his arms can go out quite a bit, even more with due to transformation. Right there. Arms without the wings could go a whole 360 degrees. Arms can go up that much. Wrist has a swivel, up and little wrist motion. He does have all articulated, posable fingers somewhat. Pretty much from here, you can bend all of them. And quite little neat to hold his accessories coming up on either such hand. Legs can go out that far, back, do the transformation, can't go much. Got a nice over 90-degree bend of motion for that. A little bit of a hilt bend, so you can put them in different little poses and everything. And for one thing that I actually like is actually a transformer with metal. He does have die-cast metal into him. Right here for his rocket pods here are quite metal. His abs section right here are all that of metal, and pretty much that's about it. Oh, and these are die-cast metal because they are nice and little cool that you can tell that they are metal. But as accessories go, since I did so that he has a lot of little individual faces, and since it would take a little bit of time, I will just show you all. Pretty much you have an open mouth face that I'm pretty sure showing that he's scared. A little smirking face, which this one I believe is the one that, be careful, if not correctly, this does tend to pop off on my copy. I usually have to get like a little pocket knife or something to pop it out. Little happy face and everything, like, oh, I finally done it. I finally beat Megatron. An oh no face, because he knows he's not going to win against Megatron. In his little grin face, like, it pains me to do this face from the movie. The face I have on him is pretty much a normal little face. To pretty much get them out, I tend to just flip his head up, get underneath there with my fingers, and you pretty much have that for his face to remove them. Simple enough. And underneath his head, you can see the springs and all that for him. But for other things, his null rays do get effects pots. You can put either this little ball thing on the end here, I guess for a little pulse. A longer little bit, a little effects pot for longer bit. And a little blasting bit right here. Which this one I tend to use for this next accessory, which is once again Megatron. Just fold that out a little bit. Let's get his hand in the order. I've seen even on my copy it does this. He does not have the tightest grip. So let me see here. Pretty much that little slit in his hand right there for these little notches right here. On a good day, it will do it for me. But right now, since I want him, there we go. It's not the tightest, but you gotta do what you can do with, come on. There we go. He's barely holding it, but he's holding it good enough. With Megatron, pretty much almost all leader classes that I've seen, Soundwave and everyone, they have him, and all his other Seeker molds will. And he is incompatible with all the blast effects parts. I like using this one the most on him, because why not? And doesn't that look neat? And of course it falls off. Not the tightest grip, like I said. I think it's the same about on the left hand as the right hand. try and get that in there again. Oh well, he's not wanting to, so I'm not going to fight him. Sometimes I can get him to hold this part, sometimes I can't. But I don't display him in robot mode anyways. I explore him more into vehicle mode. And now to his other accessories, which you do need to fold the hand back up. And if you do not fold the hand just right, it will not comfortably go back in there. For a fluke, I did it. He has this little drill bit from one scene in particular. I do not remember. I have watched all of the original ones, and I'm pretty sure it does tell you which one. Let me point and see. It seems to not, but there's the little drill from that scene. Do not know which one that is. And for this one, for his grabby hand, which he does have. Which you can do both hands that way. Have one hand drill and one hand little grabby hand. Who wants to play nice, which it doesn't right now. Come on. I know I've kept you in the box for a bit. There you go. Gotta hear that little snap. But pretty much he can have his claw hand and that, and he does get something to hold whatever this is. Let me put it this way. Whatever that is, he has the ability to do it in both ways. Let me get these off and get his hands back. Now the booster jet bits do not get to be used in the said ability as they do in robot mode, which the stand, you can use it for his robot mode, but it really is a kind of hard thing to do, to pose him like this. But since my copy, I did hear that he does have loose joints, but for me, he stands quite well. I don't have to worry about him. And for extra things, he can hold his null guns. You flip that down, you flip them back like so, flip this down, and he can hold his null ray. If I can even get this one to hold. If I clinch his fist, so pretty much he has a bigger gun, a rifle, I guess you could say. Which, again, doesn't like to do much. But as you can see, probably right there, there is a little bit of paint scuffing. But like I said, I don't handle him all that much. I do occasionally. Like for the last few days when I did pull him out to where I did decide, oh, let me make a video on him, I pretty much kept him like this. Pretty much giving him a nice little victory pose or something that he's probably finally taken over the Decepticons. Which is a nice little pose I have put him in just right here. Now for comparison. Here he is next to a deluxe class figurine. You can see the different types of quality and how he looks, how the size comparison is. Here he is next to his most hated person in the universe, besides that of Megatron, Galvatron, the one who did shoot him and destroy him. Pretty much the iconic scene. Megatron, is that you? Here's a hint. Transforms into his cannon form and destroys him. And an alternate version of himself, Combiner Wars Starscream with included crown. I did hear a rumor, if you get all the other two Seekers, that you can then get the coronation outfit, the shoulder pads, crown, and cape and all that, but you can only get it in Japan. Leave a comment down below and tell me, is that true, or eventually will this come out, a little side thing come out to where I can get him. I want his coronation outfit and everything. And just because I didn't do it in the last one, here he is next to good old Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Because he's right here like always. I don't move him, ever. Which I'll just put him back in his little spot. pretty much. He sits right there always. But that's going to be it for now. So there was lead masterpiece Starscream. My first ever masterpiece Starscream. I did want Megatron, but he's too expensive right now on Amazon. I shall wait on him. This one at the time was like $324, $3 something like that. Which then as soon as I bought him, he went down. And his other two secret modes at the moment are still cheap. I will wait to get those for now. But there we go. So I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below and tell me, what do you think of Masterpiece Starscream? Is he the best Starscream version that we got so far? I do know about the other two. The first one, which I did see, was kind of terrible from pictures. The second one, which didn't hold up the time, but did have all the coronation stuff that he did. He was actually the first one I wanted of this. But I'm glad I got him as my first one. And also, let me know, what was your first masterpiece? Did you get it through Amazon like I did to get them over here? Or did when Toys R Us was open, did you get one of them? Let me know. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, hit that bell to notify anytime that I post a video or go live, and also leave a comment down below for all the questions I may have asked and any questions you have of him. And again, have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.